everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm here with a very special guest. This is Wani, one of our enterprise account managers.
Hello everyone.
So for those of you who don't know, Wani and I actually have a lot in common. If you've been keeping up to date with our latest videos, you actually know that Wani and I are really huge fans of Korean dramas. But we are actually also animal lovers. So Wani, I understand you actually own pets. So could you tell me a bit about them?
Yeah, so I have two very spoiled cats. They are Bengal cats, and I have them since 2 years ago. And yeah, they've been a good companion to me. What about you, Sarah?
I actually have three very spoiled dogs at home also. So, well, I mean, I've actually grown up with dogs. I have dogs all my life, and I'm not sure about you, but it's really great to be around them while I've been working from home. Because when I'm in the office, sometimes I do miss them. But it's been a bit difficult for me to care for them while working at home. Because they are pretty attention seeking, that's one. And they've actually bucked halfway, actually during a training that we had with Eugene earlier this month. And I've never actually owned a cat before my life. So how have you been juggling work commitments and parenthood, if you will, especially when we've been working from home, for like the past few weeks or so?
Well, at first it can be quite distracting because my cats are actually very active. They are Bengal cats. So they run around the house and they make a lot of noises. When I have calls, they choose to meow so loudly during that time that I have to always hide in a room and hoping that the other party won't get distracted by the meows or the noises they make. So yeah, it can be quite difficult to manage at first, but I think now I know when they are sleeping. So I try to have calls during that time, like especially now. But on the other hand, it can actually get lonely after a while because we all can't get to socialize outside due to so having these cats actually helps me to keep myself sane.
Okay, understand. So I think we're pretty similar in that aspect because I've always had to barricade myself in a room for important meetings so that there are
Right.
absolutely no disruptions whatsoever. Especially after the time where they bugged during Eugene's training, I was like, okay, I have to have a room. Otherwise it's gonna be too distracting. But I
True.
guess given a choice, would you prefer like working from home or the office? Because I generally prefer the vibe of the office. And even though I'll be away from my pets, I think I can focus a lot more in the office. And anyway, at the end of the day, I can still go back home and play with them. So how about you, Ani?
I would love to be in the office as well because I prefer face-to-face interaction with people and colleagues like yourself. And it's also nice to be outside sometimes. I'm also feeling that I'm getting more efficient working from home right now because I've been at home for the past 3 months. So being at home also helps me to do my part to practice effective social distancing.
Okay, well, I feel you, girl. Get me wrong, I love my fur babies, but I think working from home has its disadvantages because not only can you be distracted by your pets, but I think some of our colleagues also have young children and elderly parents at home as well. But I think with the situation, we have to learn to manage those disadvantages to be more
Mhm.
productive and to also show empathy and care to those around us who need our attention or anything. And I guess to summarize, there are both good and bad to the both work from home and office arrangements, but it's important for us, I think, to empathize with one another because we're in a team. So Wani, thanks for sharing those struggles as a parent, because I think quite a lot of pet owners like the two of us might be encountering similar issues. So it's great, I think, that we talk about this openly. So whoever you are, if you feel like you're not being productive at home because there are distractions and there are responsibilities at home that you are having trouble juggling, just know that you're not alone. And well, I guess if you our viewers own pets as well, do let us know how you have been caring from them as you work from home. Do feel free to attach a picture or two of your pets because we're actually all animal lovers here. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thanks again, Wani, for joining me today. And thanks for tuning in. Till
Yeah,
next
thanks, Sarah. Bye.